Our mate Chris Burton came up for the rut this year to hunt one deer, this fella, the one that made the cover of Sporting Shooter magazine. We had a pretty good idea where to start, but before we went out, we thought we'd do some practice on some goats. Chris managed to walk in on one pretty quickly, snuck up to it within pretty close range and put it on the ground. Not a bad way to start the day. Mind you, that was a good day. The next few, lots and lots of walking and not many deer. We saw quite a lot of activity, including this fella, Loverboy, who had himself a very willing doe. But there wasn't really anything worth shooting, not for several days. But we had a good time sitting and watching. Still, we thought we were getting a bit of a runaround by all of these animals, and eventually it looked like Loverboy was as well. So we left them to it and continued on. On the final day of Chris's hunt, we were out before dawn, and we had this one last chance to get what we wanted to get. We got up into some high country, and it was an absolutely stunning day. And pretty quickly we could hear grunts. There were 5 bucks grunting in the valley below, and we sent it in on one down in these trees here. Next thing to do was make a plan on how to actually get down there. There wasn't a lot of cover, but we managed to work out which way to go, and Chris and I went on down there. Took us a good half an hour to get in and get close, and we got just about to the hillside, looked over the top, and this is all we saw. Another buck had come through, stirred everything up trying to steal some does, and everything took off. Which left us with not much more to do than to walk back up the hill. Now, like all good predators, you don't give up. And once we got to the top of the hill, down in the gully where they went to, we could hear grunting. And that meant just one thing: we had to put a stalk in. And with a bit of luck, it would be the buck we were after. We knew it was his haunt. We couldn't see a thing. We knew they were down there. They were about 100 metres below us in really thick cover. And somewhere down there was some activity. We looked and looked, and it would have been a good 3/4 an hour. We finally spotted something.
See it moving in the gap.
That was all we needed. We hung around. And then we knew it was a cover buck. He bedded down. Turned out he had a few does there that took us even longer to spot, and no one was going anywhere for quite some time, so we just had to be patient. And we waited and we watched. Eventually the does got up.
There she goes. Now she's moving. Get yourself ready, because you might have a shot shortly. Yeah, she's moving off. He's getting up, he's coming out now. That's him, see him? That's got him, he's going down. Beautiful. He's going to drop. If you can put another... Oh yeah, that's poleaxe.
Did we snatch victory from the jaws of defeat then?
That was a ripper, wasn't it?
Far out. Unbelievable. I'm shaking.
That just left a big long climb down the bottom to retrieve the trophy. And, yep, sure enough, it turned out to be cover buck. That was a pretty good 4 days in the end, and well worth the effort.